Hello, welcome to Constellation Conferences, interviews with the speakers. Today I have with me the wonderful Gary Stuart, who is presenting at our conference, North American Systemic Constellations Conference in Virginia Beach, October 5th to 8th. And his topic is Intentional Constellations. The knowing field is much more alive than just inside our family system. Welcome, Gary.
Hi, thank you very much. It's an honor and pleasure to be here. I really appreciate it.
I love connecting with all our presenters, so thank you for taking time. I really appreciate it.
Wouldn't miss it. It's a great group.
Yeah, I'm so excited for the conference.
Yes.
Yeah, which actually means we should give it a little plug, maybe.
Absolutely. I think I got a note that registration, the early bird registration expires. Is it July 8th?
I think it's 4th.
July 4th. So gain your independence and come to Virginia.
And save $80 because it's $4.95 instead of $5.75.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we want to see everybody there. It's going to be a great time. Yeah, we've got lots of great presenters. So Gary, tell us about intentional constellations. I'm dying to hear about this.
Yes. Well, just so our listeners know, those who don't know me, I've been facilitating constellations for almost 20 years. So I've facilitated around 10,000 processes. Where I do weekly workshops, I do weekends a few times a year, but I do weekly and bi-weekly workshops all over, from Detroit to Las Vegas to Chicago, of course, Santa Monica, Seattle, you name it, I've been there. And also Canada. I'll be up in Canada this weekend. I'm doing a little something Friday night, June 23rd. So I'm very excited about it. So basically, where I had so many new people coming in, people don't just like to come to a workshop and sit through a 3-hour melodrama with heavy constellations, and then they feel like they've been drained the life force out of them because it's heavy energy. Let's be honest here. So what I developed is opening exercises and closing exercises. There were short little things. So this way, when people came in, they know what it's like to be a rep because they just had a mini constellation, a 5-minute taster, if you will. And they're not afraid to be a rep because, oh my God, this came through in 5 minutes. What's going to happen in the next few hours? Then we do a closing constellation. So we might set up reps, pair reps up to be one person's your past and get a message from the past. We might send another rep up at the end of the night. This person's your future. And then they see both spectrums of our lifeline, our timeline. So I developed that into longer exercises. One that's been going really great is time span, where we do it in a triad where 3 people team up. One person represents a message from the past that's unresolved. Another represents one from the future of what's coming. And people absolutely love it. It just shows them where they are in the continuum. And then they know, wow, my mother came through in the past. Okay, we need to do a systemic constellation on your mother line. And the future is generally more in the father realm. So people feel excited about the messages they get. And it's just, I'll be doing that specific one, which is very powerful, very quick and simple. And the beauty of it is everyone attending gets to work. And they see the generosity, my generosity, but also the field's generosity with how much comes through. And they get excited about becoming clients because they received a gift their first time there.
Wow, everybody gets a constellation. That's a gift.
And at least a mini until they do the larger systemic work. But it gets people excited, and they say there's nothing afraid to be a rep. And a lot of people say, no matter how much I talk to people, this is endemic in our industry. Oh, I didn't know that it was going to be like this. Well, I've talked to them, I'm blue in the face with anecdotal stories and this and process. But once they're there, it just takes on a whole other dimension and they really get it. And I have people that have been attending my workshops every week for 5, 6, 8 years, every single week. So I have the best group of reps. I tell everyone we're studying enlightenment together. I'm not handing it out like Moses with the burning bush, where it's a group shared experience where we're learning about human consciousness and family systems in a new way.
Excellent. Now, tell me, how did you come up with this methodology and these ideas?
Well, I think my skill set has gotten very sharp over the years. I mean, we all start years. You have to set up the mother, the father, and that's still all true. I'm not negating anything about systemic work. It's highly valuable. I wouldn't be here where I am today without it. But as your skill set, it's almost like I have an antenna into the field, and I've done like, say, 6,000 grief constellations. So once the energy of grief shows up, I feel it in my body where it needs to go because it's so familiar. And or if it's anger or if it's alcoholism, but the field really is my teacher. I always stay humble to the field. That's my teacher. I'm just a very skilled communicator, and my deeper skills is that my sense memory of the movie that I'm seeing behind the reps. They're saying one thing, but behind them is a whole other movie, and I just pick up on it instantly, and I said, this is where we're going to go with it. And 99% I'm correct, and it's not to do it to be correct, but their ancestral system is guiding me. They know the truth, and they trust me because they know I won't judge them, and I'll hold them with unconditional love no matter what happened in the history.
So you've experimented plenty with all the
absolutely, absolutely. And I just love being in the field. Yeah, and the field is guiding me to do that. So I did a special this summer, Summer of Love. I was 16. My father had died 50 years ago. And so I said, well, now I'm fully functional and pretty self-realized adult. I'm going to hold a Summer of Love mini constellation special so people can come in and just, so we also target, let me tell people, we target a single subject: money, love, romance, health. We don't say the entire family system or we could say my interpersonal relationship with a brother or mother or whatever. That could be part of the mini, but generally it's something in our life that's not working that we want to improve instantly. And it's almost like jumper cables on a car. You're putting the things on the battery, and so, you know, almost like what do you call it, the defibrillators or whatever, just to jumpstart the energy so they can see, oh, that's what's holding me back. And then 9 out of 10, it has nothing to do with what they think it is.
This would be very good then for people that come and sit there and say, I don't know, I just came to observe. I don't know what I want to work on then, right?
Yeah, then, you know, when I keep it general, like something in your past, or, you know, I'll do a show of hands. People have money issues tonight? Yeah, they all raise their hands. Okay, we're going to look at our relationship to money.
Right.
We dive right in. They said, well, money sounded like my father, or money was angry. Money was sad on the floor. I said, yes, it's tied to grief. It's tied to unresolved with your father. It's tied to a missing child. And then they know. We've just opened the can of worms. The beauty about constellations is opening our consciousness to the unseen dynamics that we're not even aware we're carrying and reacting to. So when you see it outside yourself in real time, it just opens your spirit and soul to let stuff in.
Awesome. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so cool. And You've written books about this, haven't you?
Yeah. My first book was Many Hearts, One Soul. It was an American view of Bert Hellinger. I'll pull back here because I felt the community back in 2005 wasn't addressing the spirit behind the work, that it really is deeply spiritual work, you know, non-denominational spiritual work. And I decided to write a book on the spirit behind the constellations that I felt plugged into. And so that's a good primer, and it's very deep. I read it today, and it's as fresh as when I wrote it, you know, 12 years ago. Then my latest book that I just finished about a year and a half ago is Master Universe: How to Direct and Star in Your Own Life. So for the American market, which is very finicky about therapy, I felt if they knew their life was a movie, a home movie of your family system, then what's stopping you from editing it, being the star, directing it so it has a happy ending rather than endless suffering, woe is me till I die? It's some family systems demand that, which I don't discount that at all. But at the same time, we also can be proactive and change our destiny, and if we're lucky, alter our fate, because I mean the universe itself is an experiment in potentiality, so we might as well give it our best shot while we're here. And having a recent deep loss of my husband, it can be gone in a flash. Here one day, gone in 5 minutes. So please, if I implore people, enjoy every moment with gusto. Don't leave anything unsaid. And now is the time. There's no time to waste. There really is no time to waste.
Every moment is precious.
Absolutely. And a learning experience.
Yes. Well, and practically everywhere, right?
Oh, but absolutely.
Learning how to balance, getting out of those entanglements, having
absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. You know, and our species right now is going through, I really feel our species is in labor in the delivery room. And it's like a new consciousness of our species is being birthed. I really think it's multidimensional, it's expanded. And right now it's like the cosmic mother is in the delivery room. And that's why everything seems to be going crazy. Leadership, country, shootings, just the whole world seems to go nuts. But I really feel it's like the labor pains of disintegration before the baby pops out. And there's new hope. There's a new dawn after the pain. And I feel our species is in a conscious birth cycle right now. We're going through labor pains.
That's a great analogy.
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm so fascinated by this, Gary.
Yeah. So in America, who would think Donald Trump's the midwife? Now there's a horrible there's a gift there. There's a gift. As we know in Constellation, there's a gift in everything. And I'm telling you, he's the best one to show us what the way not to go and to empower us on a physical level to take charge of our destiny. He is our best teacher. And
Yes.
I'm not a big fan, but there's a big lesson there, and he is the best teacher of unmitigated greed, selfishness, and I just wonder how happy these people can be with their money when all they want to do is take away to feel powerful. It just doesn't make any sense, but that's their fate and karma to learn from. And I think ours is to really step up and make our voice heard. A phrase I use quite frequently now, we're living in a Rosa Parks moment. All she did was say, no, I'm not going back to that bus. I'm sitting here. The whole world changed. One woman saying no. What if everyone American says, no, that greed and avarice will not stand. You're out. And
Yeah.
that's us being empowered. So he's actually giving us the strength to stand up for ourselves. And that's a great teaching. I just want to mention the Hopi Indians never comment politically. And they did this year for the first time. I'm a global citizen, so I must speak this. They said when humanity does not get the lesson, the Great Spirit sends in a clown to show you the ugly things you don't want to look at. They said Donald Trump is a clown from the Great Spirit.
Yes. It's
They've
giving
never
people a
commented
voice.
politically.
Yeah. Yeah. It's having
Fascinating.
people stop being passive.
Absolutely, absolutely. So there's a gift there. So we're all activated, and constellations give us a way. Now, the great thing about constellation, we embrace perpetrator energy. We don't necessarily endorse it, but it's part of the life force. No different than a tornado. Sure, would there be a forest if those seeds weren't blown into the valley that was eroded from the rain, from the tornado? Of course, beauty happens after the destruction. So what I see being in this field, creator destroyer energy is always present in life. It needs that opposing force to move forward. So we try to hold a neutral space, even if I don't like Trump, which I don't, as a human being, we're holding a neutral space for the bigger forces to show themselves, and good always comes after bad. I think any mother out there who's birthed a child says she's in incredible pain screaming, then she has tears of joys after. So it's just that yin and yang in a snap of a finger, you know, and it's a beautiful thing.
Absolutely. Oh, Gary, this is very exciting. I can't wait to see you in action.
Yes, yes, and I always make it fun. That's something that is missing in constellations because I feel life is spirit, and life itself is sad, happy, adventurous, courageous, fearful, terrified, all in a breath. If you look at a baby was screaming like its life is being taken away from it because it can't have the lollipop. Then 5 minutes later, it's Googling and nuzzling with its mother. Like
Right.
it didn't happen. The baby was totally present with its needs. And then once those needs are met, it's heaven on earth. So that's what I try to provide, a live experience. Anything goes, no holes barred. And it's deep, it's fun, it's light, it's heavy, it's sad, it's happy, all in a nanosecond. I try to live my life that way. I do live my life that way. And I share that with everyone in my presence at any workshop.
Excellent. Well, this is going to be very exciting. Thank you again
Oh, it's an
for
honor
meeting
and
with
pleasure.
me. Okay.
Yeah, so come on, people, sign up. We're going to have a great time. 300 people, and we got to take a stand in the world because it's not just European. America's really taking root now, so we got to stand up for our country and the future. And one good thing is I'm going to be in a movie that they're doing on consciousness, another What the Bleep movie is happening, and I'm going to be in it on spiritual consciousness and healing, shooting this fall, I believe.
Excellent. Oh my gosh, you're a man of action.
Absolutely. And that was one of my clients 5 years ago who said he has to be in your movie. Constellation is the best modality on the planet. The director called me and said, "How did you hear about me?" I said, "From that client 5 years ago? Wow, I must have made an impression." So the good thing is for all of us is that it's going to start being a brand name out there in, documentary film, theatrical film, and people are going to start seeking it out. So it behooves us to all step up to make this a global alternative, an alternative to other therapies, and a deeper way to heal anything that ails us.
Awesome. Thank you again, Gary. That's
Oh,
excellent.
absolute honor and pleasure.
Mine too, to meet with you again. So Gary's workshop, Intentional Constellations. The knowing field is much more alive than just inside our family system. We'll
Exactly.
see you at the conference, Gary.
Yes.
And let's talk before.
Absolutely. And I'll have you on my blog talk show, Conscious Connection.
Excellent. Look forward to it.
Okay. Thank you, Linda. Namaste, everyone. See you in Virginia.
Yes. And just as a reminder for people to go to our website, nasconstellations.org. The conference is in Virginia Beach this year for the first time on the East Coast. And that's October 5th to 8th with an awesome pre-conference. So please check out our website, nasconstellations.org. Thank you very much. Enjoy the day, everyone.
It's been an honor. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you. Okay.